Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream today. Really excited for having you once again on the stream as we look at some various things that we need to understand, preparing ourselves for the ICAG November 2026 examination. And we are going to be spending the time sharing some thoughts together and then helping you to make sure that you make the best decision on your journey as you head towards the November 2026 examination. Now, the ICA journey is an interesting journey, and so we want to go through a few things and share some thoughts with you. But most importantly, let me hear from you in the comment section. Any questions you have, subject combination, how you should study, what challenges do you have, what would you want us to be covering on our streams, on our sessions? Put them in the comment section, the chat. I want to hear from you as we get ourselves excited into the discussion. Now, the ICAG has released the results for the July 2026 examination. And as always, it's been an interesting period because this is the period that, is challenging for me as my job, in my ministry, because there are going to be two angles all the time. And on one side, people are happy, they are excelling. And on the other side, some people are not happy, they are not excelling. Now, how do you ensure that you minister to these two groups of people? That is my job, right? And that is what the ICAG journey is about generally at the end of the day. Now, before I get excited, I want to just quickly share with you a couple of the messages that we've received from our students. I'm not going to be going into all of them. I just want to share some, two or three messages that we got from our students, and then also use that as a basis to inspire you and give you some guidelines on this journey as you continue towards the ICAG November 2026 examination. The results has been released, and as I mentioned, the feeling has been interesting. So this is a message from one of our students here. It says, "Good morning, sir. Good morning, Nhyira. With a grateful heart, I want to thank you for your invaluable contribution you have made during my ICAG journey. Finally, the Lord has made it. I passed CR and qualified. Thank God. God richly bless you." So this is a message from somebody, one of our students, right? So this person has qualified, now a chartered accountant. A very good news, a very happy moment for this person, one of our students. I think this is coming from one. The second one is this: your short videos are the best. Then we responded, "That's great to hear. Thanks for helping me to qualify." Because, one of the things we do in our courses is to have our key summary videos. Now, the purpose of our key summary videos is to break down the topic, the syllabus, into thematic areas. So, whatever subject that you are writing, maybe you are writing management accounting, there is no need to sit down and say, "Hey, whoa, what am I going to learn? How can I go through the whole syllabus?" No. In our key summary videos that are accessible in the mobile application, which can be downloaded on the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, you get access to the key summary videos. Now, the purpose of the key summary videos is to help you walk through the syllabus in record time. So let's say you are writing financial reporting or corporate reporting. All the accounting standards, we break down the principles in the key summary videos. You are writing management accounting. All the key topical issues have been broken down into key summary videos, key topical areas, 8 minutes, 5 minutes, 9 minutes, 3 minutes, that kind of thing. Breaking the topics down. So within a given period of time, within the shortest possible time, you can actually finish the syllabus in record time, understanding the thematic principles and concepts that underline the subject that you are writing. Once you do that, you then have to expose yourself to questions, either using our key practice question courses on all of the subjects that we have available, or the live practice question course to expose yourself to questions. So this particular student, I think this is Gloria, said, "Your short videos are the best." And that is one key thing that we pride ourselves here that we use to help students. Because you see, there is a lot of time, you don't have a lot of time available as a student. You are working, you have to take care of the family, you have to do a lot of things. And sometimes you may even miss the live lectures. If you miss the live lectures, you don't have time to sit down to watch the 3-hour live lectures. Now, if you want to watch the 3-hour live lectures, that may take you maybe 4 or 5 hours because you have to be copying notes and all that. So it becomes discouraging. But then you know the topics that was discussed during the live lectures. So what do? You just go under the key summary videos and then watch the key summary videos on those topical areas. That helps you to go through the syllabus in record time and put you in the position so you can go into the exam hall, write the exam with confidence, and most importantly, pass the examination. And that is the testimony that this particular student, Gloria, gave. Your short videos are the best. Thank you for helping me to qualify. So another chartered accountant in the mix, right? And as I mentioned, a lot of messages, right? But I'm just going to be sharing a few with you. The next one here is coming from another person. I think this is from Joshua. He said, my results from July 2026 exam. So a screenshot of the results was shown. I want to thank you for the effort. I promise to do better this night. Thank you. So the response was, congratulations on PSA, because this person passed PSA but failed FR, right? Because the FR was not good. It was like 30 something or so. And this is some of the things that happens, that in some cases you've registered for 2 papers, then you may pass one and fail the other. But it's okay. It's not a bad market, if you ask, because it's okay. Now you can now prepare yourself going into the exam hall to put yourself in the position to pass the examination. So this is another student passing PSAF, but FR was not doing well for him. And he is preparing to resit the FR and add some level 3 papers, I think CR to it. And that is part of the journey, that in some cases, you will go to the exam hall, like the first 2 that we saw, whatever papers you sat down, boom, you pass them. But sometimes you go to the exam hall and you have registered for 2 papers, you will get one and you fail the other. Or you've registered for 3 papers, you get 2 and you fail 1, or you got 1 and you fail 2. It's all part of the journey. The most important thing is not to give up, but understand that you need to then work hard to put yourself in the position to ultimately pass the examination. Then the other one, which actually caught my attention, that I want to also draw your attention on, is this one from Abigail. Another student of ours says, good morning, Nhyira. I would like to especially thank you for everything. After over 8 attempts at MA, I have finally cleared it. Now, this one got my attention. 8 attempts writing management accounting. And she finally passed in July 2026. 8 attempts. Now, you need to understand what this is happening, what this is going on here. 8 attempts technically means that if the exams are written 3 times in a year, 8 attempts means she's been writing management accounting for over 2 years now. If she's sitting for each examination date for over 2 years. Now, that is discouraging because, 8 attempts. Now, this is what happens to some students where they sit for the exam one, especially management accounting, because I've been on the journey for a long time, so I've seen a lot of students where they write management accounting 1, 2, they don't get it, then they go and do their MBA. Right? MSc or whatever. Because when you do your MBA or MSc in accounting and finance, you now come, take exemption for all the level 2 papers, then you have to write only PSA, then you go to level 3. So sometimes management accountants discourages some students in the level 2, then they go rather do their MBA. So they do their MBA, then they come to take the exemption for the management accounting, then they can head on to the level 3 and continue to write the examination. 8 times before passing management accounting. Now, I want to use that as a guinea pig to let you understand that the journey has to continue. Maybe you don't have to do 8 times. It is frustrating to be writing the same paper over 2 years and still not getting it. I mean, your self-confidence, your self-worth, family, relationship, friends, and others, you'll be like, hey, ebaze, ahonkwa ebaze ni, aden, mini eba, mini ojomo, mini yo ojomo mi, mini, like, what is wrong with you? What's in your brain? Like, it's sometimes demeaning to be going at something, and not seeing progress. But here is the play. You must understand that sometimes you may face that journey. There are people who come and one time, boom, they clear the paper and go away. Other people take more than once to be able to clear a paper, like in the case of Abigail, 8 times for management accounting. Now, what is the play here? The play here is pretty simple. Maybe you've written the exam and you did not pass. Maybe you sat for the exam in the July and you didn't pass any of the papers that you sat for. And you are at that point and you feel like giving up. You are at that point, you are like, okay, probably this ICA journey is not even worth it. Let me go do something else. No. The question you need to ask yourself is, do you want to become a chartered accountant? The answer is yes. If you want to become a chartered accountant, then you have to ask yourself, what do I have to do differently? Because if you fail the exam, then you must position yourself going into the exam hall in the following night to then pass the examination. Yes, you may fall, but then you have to rise. And that happens. And I was really excited about her outcome, right? Her result, because 8 times writing the same paper, then finally in July 2026, passing the exam. That's the best gift you could ask for from God, from the universe, from Allah, from whatever you think you believe in at the end of the day, because that is a good news generally at the end of the day. And so what am I saying? As you are putting yourself in the position to go into the exam hall, you need to ask yourself, what do I have to do to pass the examination? What would it take for me to go into the exam hall, write the exam with confidence, and pass the exam? What do I have to do? And there are various things that you can do. The first thing is certainly making sure that you join the right mentorship program, belong to our community, the Nhyira Premium community, as we hold your hand, provide you with the mentorship that you need so you can go into the exam hall, write the exam with confidence, and most importantly, pass the examination. Because we are at that point where the examination is becoming the best of the best. I've said this and I keep on saying it. Gone are the days where you can sit down 2 weeks to the exam and then get up and boom, solve some past questions, attend one magical intervention class somewhere like that, and boom, you pass the exam. Now, the examination requires some higher level of intelligence, discipline, understanding, wisdom to be able to pass the exam. And so joining a community is going to help you. Then you get access to our key summary videos. Like I was saying, Gloria mentioned that assisted her, saying that our short videos are the best. That is what you need, because you don't have time to sit down 3 hours, 4 hours, learning one topic or whatever. You have to understand the key principles, the key concepts. So how do you go through the syllabus in record time? So that wherever you are, maybe you are at the gym, maybe you are, jogging, maybe you are on your way going to work, or you are in the kitchen doing something, you can just have your headphone on or connect your phone to the Bluetooth, and the summary videos are playing. Then you are learning short videos, helping you to put yourself in the position to pass the examination. Then you will be able to join our live lectures, because our live lectures are going to be commencing on the 10th of August 2026. So that's where we are starting our live lectures. But you can register right now to start studying. Yeah, you can register to start studying with our key summary videos and previous lecture videos to help you to start studying. And then you join our live lectures as well, studying directly under my mentorship with a team here as we hold your hand, provide you with the blueprint that you need to be able to pass the examination. Then you will join our 2 weeks executive revision masterclass. And this is the period that we take to spend time with our students. We don't do intervention. In other words, we don't allow external students to join our executive vision masterclass. Our executive vision masterclass is for our students, and it is the time we spend with our students to address the challenges they have, the problems they have, to put them in the right mindset, in the right frame of mind, right frame of emotion, right frame of thought, to put them in the position to pass the examination. So these are just some few stories, right, that I want to share with you and let you understand. Yeah, among these four people, somebody has qualified, yeah? Somebody has qualified, yeah? Somebody got one, didn't get the other, yeah? Somebody has written a paper for 8 times, finally got it. Which side of the aisle are you? Maybe you have qualified. Hallelujah. Maybe you are yet to go. You wrote the exam and you passed your papers. Maybe you wrote the exam and you didn't pass any of the papers. It's okay. The key question you need to ask yourself is, what did I do wrong? What must I do differently going into November 2026 to help me so that I can put myself in the position to pass the examination? That is the question you need to ask yourself. What do I have to do differently going into November 2026? Because if you can sit down and analyze and identify the issues, then you can pass the examination. Because this is one of the challenges. Yes, if this is the first time you are going to write any paper, boom, you can sit and pass. We've seen people come in doing that. But there are some people, first attempt is not going to work for you. Second attempt may not even work for you because you've been on the journey. So the question you need to ask yourself is this: if you're not careful, when you fail the first time and you're going for a resit, complacency is likely to set in. And some of you may be in that land where you are complacent. You are like, oh, I got 36. I got 41. Oh, I was left with only 9 or 9. So it makes you relax thinking that, oh, you only need 9 to pass. Do you see the trap there? You only need 9 to pass. But what you forget is that it is not you. The next examination diet, you are not doing a top up from the previous examination diet. You are coming from scratch again. And so that is where sometimes people who write the exam multiple times, they will realize that, and some people have seen this a lot of time, they realize that the second time you write the exam, the marks will be lower than the first time, or the third time, the marks will be lower than the first time. Why? Because of the spirit of complacency. Your brain deceives you that, oh, you know already. Eshe 4 marks per, Eshe 7 marks per, you are left with only 3 marks per, so you don't have to do anything. But the truth of the matter is that once you fail the examination, you need to identify what are the issues that you have challenges with, and then how do you position yourself to pass the examination. And that is something that you must do if you want to go into the exam hall, write the exam with confidence, and most importantly, pass the examination. Let me hear from you in the comment section. I see some chats coming up. I'm going to try to see if we can pull them up and then respond to them quickly. So let me hear from you in the comment section. Any questions for me? What was your experience? What subject are you writing in November 2026? What subject are you writing? Let me hear from you. And give you some strategies as you prepare for the examination. So I'm seeing a chat coming from here. Let's see, what do we have on YouTube? Tiger Adabo said, please, I will be the ruler online for level 2. Let's see. I don't understand. Will there be, is that what you're trying to ask? Okay. You're asking whether there will be the online exam for level 2 this year. No. November, you will still be writing on paper. If anything, the online exam for level 2, level 3, probably from next year going. But as at now, we don't have any information about it. So certainly November, you're going to be writing on paper for level 2 and level 3. As of now, the ICAG has not released any information in relation to that. So you will still be going in for the, how do we call it? The paper examination. Okay? Because currently the level 1 is purely IT, right? It's purely computer-based examination. Level 2, level 3 will come. As of now, we've not received any update from the ICAG. So it means that hopefully that will be coming in from next year, because they have to take time and put in place a couple of things to ensure that that one is executed smoothly. So Tiger Adabo, for now, you will still be writing on paper-based examination for the level 2 and level 3 in November. Okay, because the last examination date for this year is November. Okay, the last examination date for this year is November 2026. So after that November 2026, probably from 2027, we may see something from there. Any other questions for me? I'm seeing some charts coming up here. Let's see if I can bring. I can pull my chart from. Now I'm seeing the notification, but I can't pull the chart. Can you check for me? Okay. Yeah, if it's possible. Right. So if you, I'm gonna wait for the rest to populate here to see if I can bring them up, because I'm not able to. So if you are preparing for November 2026 examination, a number of things that you must be aware of, understand quickly as we get excited. The first thing has to do with the issue in respect of the subjects, okay? The subjects combination. Because don't just get up and write any papers because you feel like writing papers. The journey is already difficult, so it is important you understand the relationship between the subjects, okay? So that you can know how to study well to put you in the position to pass the examination. So, for instance, if you're in level 2, and maybe you are now coming into level 2, advisably, you got to go for public sector accounting and finance and financial reporting together. Now, the reason why this is important is because of the relationship that exists between these two papers. The first one is with the accounting standards. Accounting standards are very crucial when it comes to financial reporting and financial reporting and public sector examination. So, for instance, in the public sector accounting and finance, you are dealing with the IFRS, that is the International Public Sector Accounting Standards. In the financial reporting class, you are dealing with the IASs, or if you want, the IFRSs. Okay, you're going to be having a standalone question, 20 marks, question 2, in both public sector and financial reporting. And quite a number of the standards have similar relationship. Okay, so that is one of the benefits of learning public sector accounting and finance and financial reporting together, because of the relationship that exists between the two. So, for instance, you can take something like IFRS 16. That's an investment property, which is equivalent to IAS 40. Okay, investment property. Then you take IFRS 17. That is equivalent to IAS 16, property, plant, and equipment. Okay, you can take IFRS 5. That is the same as IAS 23, borrowing cost. Okay, you can take IFRS 4. I think IFRS 4 is IAS 21, effects of changes in exchange rates. If I'm right, give me a sec. I'm writing IFRS, but I'm writing IASs. Give me a sec so that I don't give you bomb. IFRS 4, no, IFRS 4 should be event after the reporting period. I think so. All right. Give me a sec. Let me open my glossary of standards Yeah, IPSAS 4 is effect after the reporting period. Effect of changes in exchange rate, sorry. That is IPSAS IAS 21, effects of changes in exchange rate. Okay. Then you can talk about IPSAS 14, that is IAS 10, events after the reporting period. Okay. You can talk about IPSAS 12, and that is IAS 2, inventories. All right. You can talk about what else? IPSAS 19, provisions. That's the same as IAS 37. All right. And the list goes on and 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 on. Right. So there are a lot of the standards, and that's why you have to learn these two papers together, because when you are learning the standards, because they are crucial like that, they help you. And so it's just going to be reinforced in when you learn it in one, it will be reinforced in the other, helping you to understand it very well and then apply the principles when you see them in a given question. So the accounting standards, then the financial statement preparation. Okay? Yes, financial statement preparation in the public sector is different from in the private sector. Okay, so in PSAF, financial statement is going to be question 1. In FR, financial statement is going to be question 3. Nonetheless, you are going to be calling on the IPSAS in the preparation of the financial statement. So that is the second key thing that is relative there. Then the third one is evaluation of financial statement. Okay, evaluation of financial statement. In the public sector, there are 3 ways to evaluate financial statement and performance of an organization. We can talk about the common size analysis, variance analysis, budget variance analysis, and then ratio analysis. The ratio analysis is also in financial reporting. So this is why, these are some of the reasons why it is advisable that you do public sector accounting and finance and financial reporting together as a combination. So if you have not written FR and PSA yet, then you have no business, because sometimes we see people doing a combination of maybe PSA and MA, ignoring the FR. Yeah, although you will find some public sector in MA, some public sector in FM, doing the public sector with FR first is your best bet to make the journey much easier for you, because you're going to be learning quite a number of things, upward of 60%, that cut across both public sector accounting and finance and financial reporting, to help you position you so you can go into the exam hall, write the exam with confidence, and pass the examination. So that's the first subject combination that you can go for, MA and then FR and then PSAF. Then another combination that you can go for, let's say you've written one of these papers already. Okay, so let's say that you've written public sector and you've passed, or you've written financial reporting and you've passed. Okay, then in that case, you can go with any of the other combinations. So MA and FM is also a good combination to go for. Management accounting and financial reporting. Why? Because number one, you're going to be seeing investment appraisal in the 2 areas. Okay. And then the knowledge about relevant costing in investment appraisal in MA will be relevant for you in investment appraisal in FM. So that is going to be crucial there if you are dealing with that. So investment appraisal there. Then the public sector issues. So there are public sector issues in management accounting, specifically short-term decisions, investment appraisal in the public sector in MA. Then in FM, you will find PIFA, you will find public-private partnership arrangements under the financing decisions. Then you will find public procurement. All right, so it means that your knowledge of what you learn in PSA will set the tone for you to be able to help you to pass the examination generally at the end of the day. So that's also another combination that you can go for, MA and FM. So it means if you are coming new into ICAG with your first degree, you get the various exemptions that you need to get. Then you quickly have to go for that area where you are looking at PSA and then FR. Then from there, you can go to MA and FM because of the relationship. Then we come to the level 3. In the level 3, you are supposed to go for CR and then advanced audit and assurance because of the combination again here. Because if you are coming in like this in level 3, but there is a caveat there that I need to put up. If the usual thing is CR and AAA because of the relationship. There is a 20 marks question, 40 marks question by extension, that is audit evidence, okay, and audit reporting, all right, and even risk assessment in auditing. So about 50% of advanced audit and assurance. I can even add ethics in there. So a little over 50% of advanced audit and assurance, you can do it well and understand it well if you have the knowledge in financial, in corporate reporting in respect of the accounting standards. Okay, so the accounting standards that you're going to be learning in corporate reporting, the issues about governance that you are going to be learning in corporate reporting, the issues about the preparation, the ethical issues in corporate reporting are all going to enable you to understand and carry out your audits better. Because remember, you cannot audit a financial statement as an auditor if you don't understand how the financial statements were prepared first. Corporate reporting. So corporate reporting equips you with the knowledge, the techniques, the understanding of how the financial statement is to be prepared, how various transactions are supposed to be recognized, subsequently measured, and various disclosures in the note. So once you know how the financial statement and various things must be recognized and disclosed in the note to the financial statement, you simply then come to the auditing side and you carry out your audit procedures to be able to ensure that you gather sufficient, appropriate audit evidence at the end of the day. So that is why these two papers must also go together, CR and AAA, because of the combination. But here is the play. If you just wrote principles of taxation in level 2, so maybe you wrote principles of taxation in level 2, so you didn't get an exemption, but you wrote principles of taxation in level 2. If you wrote principles of taxation in level 2 and you are now coming to level 3, then it will be prudent for you to go for advanced taxation, okay? Advanced taxation and possibly strategic case study. Why? Because now the way the syllabus has been designed for principles of tax and advanced taxation, there is only a thin line. Because everything in principles of tax is now in advanced taxation. Just like how everything in corporate reporting is, everything in financial reporting is also in corporate reporting. Do you get the idea? So everything in financial reporting is in corporate reporting. Now, the way the syllabus has been designed. So principles of tax also, everything that you learned in principles of taxation is valid in advanced taxation. Then when you get to the advanced taxation, we add the extra ones like taxation of companies operating in the extraction industry, right? Mining and petroleum industry. Then issues like free zone enterprises and some other specialized entities or sectors which were not talked about or discussed in principles of tax. So if you are just coming in from principles of taxation and you are going into level 3, because the knowledge is fresh, then it is better to go for advanced taxation and strategic case study in level 3. Now, technically, there are no relationship between these two subjects. But the reason why you would then have to go for the advanced taxation is because of your knowledge coming from the principles of taxation. So the knowledge from the principles of taxation now equip you to do the advanced taxation much easier at the end of the day. And strategic case study technically is just coagulating, or if you want, commingling, coming together technically of the various things that you learned already in the other subjects, right? So like you're going to be seeing some financial reporting issues, some corporate reporting issues, some governance issues that you spoke about a little bit in financial reporting and corporate reporting, some ethical issues, and everything is going to be expanded. Some things that you learned in financial management will be happening in strategic case study generally. So those are the recommended subject combination based on the relationships that exist between the subjects generally at the end of the day. And these are some of the things that you need to be mindful of. Now, the reason why the subject combination is important is because that way, if there are a lot of relationship between the subjects that you are writing, it makes the learning much easier, like the PSA and FR. It makes the learning much easier. So it's not like you are learning entirely new thing, entirely no. A lot of the things can be applied with just contextualization. A lot of the things can be applied with just contextualization. So that way the learning becomes much easier at the end of the day. Or you are doing something like CR and AAA. If you get to CR and you're looking at advanced audit and assurance, and we are dealing with audit procedures and audit evidence, if they say that, oh, during the year, the entity leases the asset, however, the entity decides to account for the asset as though the asset was outrightly bought by the entity. Okay, so what procedures do you carry out? You know, when assets are leased, they are accounted for in accordance with IFRS 16 leases. Okay, so based on that, what procedures will you have to carry out? What evidence will you be looking out for? So it helps you to then appreciate auditing better. But if you just say, oh, I'm going to do advanced audit and assurance and advanced taxation, then you will be in the advanced audit and assurance class. Then when we get to discussing issues in respect of audit procedures, audit evidence, risks, you realize that a lot of the things will be strange to you because you may have forgotten some of them that you learned in the financial reporting in level 2, or possibly you were exempted because you came in with a master's degree at the end of the day. So these are the things that you must understand when it comes to the subject combinations. All right. When it comes to the subject combination. Any other questions? Put it in the comment section or the chat for me. We're going to see if we can take as many questions as possible on the stream as we continue with the discussion. So let's see. Who is this? Noah said, hi, Nhyira. Hello. I said, I hope you are well. Yes, I'm flourishing. Thank you. Have you ever covered consolidated financial statements on YouTube? Yes, you can check our playlist. There should be some videos there on consolidated financial statement. If you are interested, also, you can enroll in our practice question courses to get the masterclass content on consolidation generally on our website. So yeah, you can check on YouTube. There will be some videos there on consolidation, but you can enroll in our courses and get access to the premium content as you prepare for the examination. Right, so that's the second thing that we must understand, the subject combination. The third thing that I quickly want to talk about will relate to one of the important things that you must be mindful of, and that is going to be studying. Okay, that's going to be studying. The exam is going to be in the first week of November. And so, first week of November will be on the 5th. So, possibly, this is not an official date. ICA will come with the official date. But the exam could be between 5th to 9th November, okay, 2026. That'll be the exam date. 5th, so first week is in November, possibly, all other things being equal. And so the question you need to ask yourself is, from now, July is almost over, right? So from August to October 2026, so August, September, October, 12 weeks. There's 13 weeks actually in there. what would you do and how do you position yourself to study? So, a number of tips and strategies I want to quickly share with you over the next 12 weeks to help you to pass the examination. The first thing is to make sure that you attend the lectures. Okay? It is important you belong to a community. It is important you are held accountable. It is important you go through the process step by step and you are mentored. It doesn't matter how busy you are. It doesn't matter what you think is on your plate. It doesn't matter how well you think you are. But attending lectures will help you a lot. And that is what I keep on saying. Even if you are like, and we've had students like this, people who never join our live lectures, right? Because the time is not favorable. The time that the lectures will be on, maybe they are traveling, right? Or the time that the lectures will be on, they are still in traffic on their way home. Or the time that the lectures will be on, they've still not closed from work. Okay, but they're able to watch the playback, they're able to watch the key summary videos, they do assignments, they are held accountable. So the first thing I want you to do is to make sure you attend lectures and join our community to study under my mentorship. Let us help you. Let us hold your hand. Let us mentor you. Because you see, there is a way. Through lectures, you will understand the principles underlining the topics. Okay? Understand it's gonna be much easier. You don't have to be searching for a lot of things to understand certain things. Attending lectures helps you to understand things much easier. Number two, attending lectures will equip you with the examiner's expectation. Okay? What the examiner expects you to do when questions are asked. So if the examiner says, describe how this transaction should be accounted for, or what will be the wording of the questions, the structuring of the questions, all of those things, you cannot identify them on your own. But attending lectures, joining our community helps you get access to that. What does the examiner expect from you? Like strategic case study. If questions are asked, how are you expected to write out your answers to please the examiner so you get the marks allocated to the question? So the examiner's expectation, you can only identify that by attending lectures. Number three is the examination analysis document. This is crucial because during our Executive Vision Masterclass, we provide our students with the examination analysis document, which gives them the blueprint of the various structuring, styling of questions that the examiner is likely to be bringing in the exam hall based on the scope of the syllabus and our understanding of how the examiner plays. So the examination analysis document is our proprietary document that we share exclusively with our students during the Executive Vision Masterclass. That helps you to narrow down your work. That helps you to really structure yourself and your revision up to help you to really go to the exam more prepared and equip you with the knowledge needed so you can pass the examination. So the first thing is attend lectures. And here is the play. If you are going to be attending lectures, be ready to be held accountable. Okay? Because accountability is very important. Don't attend lectures with your ego. Because there are some of you, one of the reasons why you are having challenges on this ICA journey is because you go with your ego. One thing you must understand is this. It doesn't matter what you have achieved. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter the car you drive. Nobody cares about the house you live in. ICAG sees you as a student. On the exam date, the questions are going to be there. The requirement is, this is the question, this is the marking scheme, what did you write? So be ready to be held accountable. For instance, if you join our community, you are going to be held accountable on the highest level. Assignments are going to be given. And you have to do the assignment. If you don't do the assignment, because we review scripts of students, it means when we are reviewing student script, you will not be able to join the live lectures during the period of reviewing of scripts. Because it will be unfair for you to be on the call whilst I am reviewing Kukua, Ohima, Adepe script and you didn't do it. That is evasion of privacy and, protection of people's interest. So be ready to be held accountable. The best students that we have seen coming through our mentorship program are students who are willing to be accountable, are students who set aside their ego, are students who are ready to be students. Right? That is what you must understand. Nobody cares about the car you drive. Nobody cares about what you have achieved. Just be a student, study, do what is required, become a chartered accountant, take your life to the next level. That's all that is needed. Be ready to be held accountable. Last semester, for instance, the July 2026 diet, we had an interesting experience. Assignments are given, people will not do the assignment. Then whilst we are reviewing scripts, people are complaining about it. Then there was one particular student who was like, hey, we have a lot of things. We are busy people, yada, yada, yada. And then I have to look elsewhere. And I said, yeah, go elsewhere. Who the heck are you? Go elsewhere. And then somebody commented, oh, Nhyira, you're not supposed to talk like that. You're supposed to have students and all that. And I said, no. Our mentorship program is designed like that. It's included in our terms and conditions. Assignments will be given. You have to do the assignment. If you don't do the assignment, because we are reviewing people's script, it will be unfair for you to join the live lectures, the period where the scripts are reviewed, when you didn't do the assignment. So if you come and tell me that you are busy, and so you won't do the assignment, if you were doing an MBA at the London School of Business and Finance or doing your PhD at Harvard, and an assignment is given to you or a project work is given to you, you will go and tell your lecturer at the London School of Business and Finance or in Harvard that you are busy, so you didn't do the assignment, so they should allow you to graduate? No. And those are some of the things that people carry with them that sometimes makes the journey hard for a lot of people. So if you are going to attend lectures, you have to be ready. And we tell students up front, our mentorship program, it works, but you will be held accountable. Just set aside your ego. You are here to study. Attend the lectures, do what you're supposed to do, belong to the community, study, ask questions, be mentored, pass your exam, take your life to the next level. That is all that is needed for you to become successful. That's it. That's it. So if you are going to be attending lectures, maybe you don't want to study with us or you don't study with us. Whatever tuition center that you go to, be ready to be held accountable. Don't go with your ego, because your ego is not your amigo. Your ego is not your amigo. So just humble yourself, study, do what you have to do, and take your life and your career to the next level. So that's the first thing, attending lectures. The second thing is to make sure that you get study materials. Okay? The study materials here will include books, okay, as well as practice questions. Okay, practice questions. So books, that's the manual, and practice questions. Listen to me. Get study materials. Don't be working on Google trying to, scrape articles and things. No. Get manuals. Get the books. Get the books. For instance, you join our community, we have our books available on management accounting, public sector, financial reporting, corporate reporting, advanced auditing assurance, financial management, everything we have available. The ICAG manuals are also there. You can get them. Get a book. Don't say, oh, Nhyira, I don't have money for the book. but you are buying a new weave on. Oh, Nhyira, I don't have money for the book, but you are buying a gift for your girlfriend who will leave you very soon because she will find somebody better than you. Buy the books. Buy books. Then get practice questions, because you see, when you finish going through the topics, you need to expose yourself to as many questions as possible to see how the thing work. So you can get a question kit from ICAG or get a video version of the question kit. For instance, our practice question courses. So our practice question courses gives you the video version of these. So for instance, let's see if I can bring this up here. Can I? Nhyira Premium. Let's see. Yeah, it's here. So for instance, these are practice question courses on financial management, public sector, advanced audit, management accounting, corporate reporting, financial reporting. These are practice question courses. So we carefully select ICA, ACCA, ICAN, CIMA, and other questions coming together that are solved. So you get access to the lecture videos, both in the mobile application for download as well as on the website. And you get access to the question kit as well to be able to go through it. So video practice questions. So you learn whatever topic. You are in management accounting, short-term decisions. You learn make or buy. Okay, how many questions can you solve on make or buy? You go to the practice question course, look at the questions, you can give a try. Then you come in and solve the question. Watch the solution video. So invest in study materials. Don't walk this journey alone. Don't think, oh, I'm going to be scraping some content online. No, invest. Buy books. Buy books. You have money. Don't let the money be sitting in the bank account whilst you struggle to pass your exam. Buy the books, buy the question kit, and invest. So that's the second thing I want you to understand, getting study materials. The third thing is making sure that you prepare what we call a study plan. Okay? Now, a study plan goes beyond the timetable. A study plan provides you with session breakdown, sessions for topic breakdowns. Okay? Timetable will show you, on Monday you have public sector from 6 to 9. On Tuesday you have principles of taxation from 6 to 9. On Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m., you have corporate reporting. That's timetable. But the purpose of the study plan is to break down the topical areas. So for instance, if you are writing a subject like financial reporting, what are the key breakdowns of the financial reporting? We have question 1 on consolidated financial statement, right? We have question 2 on the accounting standards. We have question 3 on the single entity financial statement. We have question 4 on the financial statement evaluation. Okay, financial statement evaluation. Then we have question 5 on the key theories in public sector. Here's it. So you're going to now break it down. In consolidation, we have various aspects of that. The standards, you're going to break it down. So the study plan is going to break down sessions. So yes, although on Tuesday, maybe 3 a.m. to 4:30 a.m., you have financial reporting. In the study plan, you are going to be writing maybe a standard there. Maybe you're going to be touching on IAS 40, investment property, and then IAS 23, borrowing cost. So you will go and then you go into the mobile application, then you watch the key summary videos on these standards, then you go to the practice question courses, and then you solve some questions on those standards that you have learned. That is called a study plan. The reason why this is important is because if you just prepare a timetable, you will be overwhelmed. When it is time to study, you may be wondering, what should I study? And sometimes it becomes difficult because you will be asking yourself, what am I supposed to study? Yeah, I have FR, but what am I supposed to study in FR? That is where your emotions will be driving you. But if you prepare a study plan, it breaks down the various things into the sessions so that at each session, you know exactly what you are learning. So prepare a study plan. Now, we have a video on the preparation of the study plan. We're going to leave it in the description of this video on YouTube, or you can just search on YouTube study plan preparation by Nhyira Premium, and the video will come up. Okay, it's a masterclass video we did on how to prepare a study plan, and you can get it and then be guided. So that's the third thing: prepare a study plan. Now, in the preparation of the study plan, this is where you need to look at your time allocation. And you discipline yourself to be able to follow it. You cannot learn every time, but you need to ask yourself, when is my peak time? Okay, your peak time is the time where you are emotionally, psychologically, spiritually in sync. Okay, it's like all is well mentally. Because if you are suffering from broken heart, you can't study. Okay, if you're thinking about how your wife treated you in the morning and you open a book, nothing will stick. If you're thinking about the fact that you are not having a job and you need to get a new job, your brain is not working well and you may not be able to study effectively. And so, to put you in the position so that you can be of your best, you need to ask yourself, when am I of my best? Now, this means that you need to sit down and really look at your time. For some of you, maybe because of where you live and where you work, you may have to wake up around 4 a.m. and leave home around 6 a.m. or so, because you have to, by then you'll be able to get to work around 8:30, because you'll be stuck in traffic for 1.5 or 2 hours. I don't know why people do that though, but that's the play. And then when you do that, you close from work again at 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. You will get home around 9 p.m. or something like that. So it depends. This is specialty. So you have to sit down and look at your time. Throughout the 24 hours, which time can I get? For many of you, it will be dawn and optimizing weekends. So for instance, at least in the next 12 weeks, you may have to make some sacrifices. That's okay. In the weekdays, at most by 10 p.m., you are in bed. So if you sleep by 10 p.m., 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 hours. So by 4 a.m., you can get up and study between 4 a.m. to 5 a.m., 1 hour. It's okay. You can start with 30 minutes. You can start with 45 minutes. But this is a sacred time that you sit down to study something specific. And this is where the key summary videos will come in. This is where the practice question courses will come in. So it's a sacred time that you are spending to study something specific relating to the course that you are writing. Do you get the idea? So this is for everybody. For some of you, it could be lunch break. Maybe you work somewhere that you can have a lunch break of 1 hour or lunch break of 45 minutes, and maybe you wouldn't go for lunch. So you go to the boardroom or the staff room, and then you can be there for 30, 45 minutes, and you can learn something. For some of you, it will be weekend. So you may have to optimize your Saturdays, okay, and Sundays in the next 12 weeks to study. Unfortunately, many people have turned Saturday into a washing, funeral attending, and engagement ceremonies. Now, I'm not the one to tell you how the heck to live your life, but in the next 12 weeks, you have to make some sacrifices. Saturdays are not for washing. Okay? You need to optimize yourself and think like wealthy people do, highly successful people do, if you want to become successful. Because if you wake up Saturday morning, because some of you wake up Saturday morning around 6 a.m., you start washing from 6 a.m. and you finish around 11 a.m. So you are spending like 4 or 5 hours washing. Then the things are going to dry. Then you're going to iron them, or you iron every morning. All of that are productive times that you are wasting. So how do you optimize your Saturdays? How do you take care of your laundry? So maybe take your things to laundry. Let someone else help you do it. Or if you don't want to take your things to the laundry, then get a washing machine. Okay? Get a washing machine. If you have a washing machine, now you can put the things in the washing machine, pour your detergent and everything, turn everything on, soak, wash, rinse, what else? Spin and dry. So everything is automatically set depending on your how much money you have and the kind of washing machine you buy. So you have soak, you have wash, you have rinse, you have spin, you have dry. So everything is done. So the washing machine is working for whatever, 2 hours or 1 hour, 30 minutes, depending on whatever settings you've selected. You are studying. So your laundry is in the washing machine. The washing machine is doing its thing, and you are learning. That is productivity. That is how you save time. That is how wealthy people advance themselves to become more successful. So instead of spending 5 hours every Saturday trying to wash, by the time you finish, your spinal cord is paining you and you cannot do anything again. Why not get a washing machine? So you optimize your time. It's a recommendation because if you want to become a high performance person, you want to become a chartered accountant, you want to take your life to the next level, you can't be spending 5 hours washing. I don't know. I don't care how you think about this, though. But if you want to become somebody who is successful, somebody who take your life to the next level, spending 5 hours to wash every Saturday is a waste of productive time. And if you have the right mindset, the right financial planning, and you put the right strategies in place, I can guarantee you can make that 5 hours a productive time. So the washing machine is doing anything. Or, like I said, take it to the laundry. Somebody is going to wash it, iron it nicely for you. You don't have to wake up every morning and be ironing things. So the 30 minutes or 45 minutes that you will spend every morning, because some of you, that's what you do. Every morning you have to iron your dresses. The 30 minutes or 45 minutes you will spend every morning ironing things, now you can use that 30 minutes or 45 minutes to study. That is how wealthy people manage their time. That is how high performers take control of their destiny. That is how people who want to become successful in record time optimize their time to be more productive. There is no reward in spending 5 hours, 6 hours doing laundry by yourself. When you finish, you iron it again. There is no reward in that. You cannot take your life to the next level doing it. And so that is one thing I want you to understand. Allocate time and discipline yourself. You are not going to have the time available. So you have to remove distractions. And one of the key distractions for many people is the laundry. Then probably in the next 12 weeks, you may have to reduce some of your activities. You are there now, somebody calls you, hey, today is Auntie Polly birthday. Oh, Auntie Polly, oh, I forgot. We have to go. Then you dress, giddy, you go. Sunday, they call you, oh, today is Inasia sorry for Okukurunku. Okay, hey, Inasia sorry for Okukurunku. By the time you realize you were exhausted over the weekend and it's already Monday, the day has started. And that is why many people don't get any time to study. But if you want to become successful, you have to optimize your life. You need to make some sacrifices. You have to be willing to say no to certain arrangements in the next 12 weeks so you can mind your business and take your life and your career to the next level. That's the fourth thing I want you to understand. Time allocation and discipline. Time allocation and discipline. So the question I want to ask you is this. Are you going to discipline yourself? Will you allocate as much time as possible in the next 12 weeks to put you in the position so you can go into the exam hall, write the exam with confidence, and most importantly, pass the examination. Will you do it? It's on you. So number one, attend the lectures because it will help you to understand the principles much easier. It will help you to be guided on what the examiner expects you to do. It will help you to get access to examination analysis documents that will position you to pass the examination. But be ready that if you're going to attend lectures, you are going to be held accountable. Invest in study materials. Don't say you don't have money. The money is there. Take the money from the bank, buy the books, buy the question kits, and use them to learn. Third, prepare a study plan. Don't use the emotions or feelings to study. Prepare a study plan. 4, allocate time and discipline yourself. If your timetable is you have to study from 4:30 to 5:30, don't say, oh, I want to sleep small. No. Don't say, oh, there's a new series that has been released on Netflix, so, oh, let me go and watch it because when I go to work, everybody is talking about the series. No. That series has been shot already. The people who shot the series, they've taken their money and relaxing and going on to another project already. Don't use your life, your productive moment to just sit down doing things. Now, does it mean you don't have to have fun? No, there is a room for fun. There is a room for entertainment. But know when to entertain yourself and when you have to be serious to take your life, your destiny, your career to the next level. And that's very important. And the fifth and final thing that I want to share with you is this. No last minute strategy. Listen, you have to start studying now. We have already started. The journey has commenced, and we have already started getting ourselves excited into the exam. Don't wait 2 weeks to the exam before you take leave from work. Many of you have been doing that and you have been failing the exam, but you keep doing it. Don't wait 2 weeks to the exam, a week to the exam, and say, I'm going to now take leave and then voila, I will work. No. Don't say, I will wait 2 weeks to the exam. I'm going to be attending intervention by Eja Nancy. I will attend intervention by Okorokoko. I will attend intervention by Kukurentumi. No. Don't sit down and wait for 1 week, 2 weeks to the exam. No, start studying now. Start studying now. I say this all the time. The average pass rate of the ICAG examination is below 30%. The average pass rate is below 30%. Yes, I showed you earlier at the beginning, at least 4 of the people whose results, right? Just a few of them I shared with you earlier at the beginning, right? But the average, what do I have? My feed is gone. Give me a sec. So the average pass rate in the ICAG examination is below 30%. What does that mean? It means that on the average, if 1,000 students sit for the ICAG examination, 700 students fail the exam. Only 300 students will pass the examination. That's the average. 700 fail, 300 pass the exam. That is the enormity of the ICAG examination. Average pass rate, 30%. The question you want to ask yourself is this. Going into November 2026, do you want to be part of the 700 who will be failing the examination, or you want to be part of the 300 who will pass the exam? The choice is yours. You decide where and who you want to be. So if the average pass rate of the ICAG examination at large is below 30%, then you cannot wait for last minute before you start studying. You cannot wait for last show before you start studying. You cannot sit around and say, oh, I'm a busy person. My wife, my husband, my children. No. If not, you will fail the exam. But you don't have to fail the exam. That is why I said optimize your time in point number 4. Remove distractions out of your life in the next 12 weeks and make some sacrifices to ensure that at least 3 or 4 times each week you will do something on your own by yourself. At least 3 to 4 times a week, you are going to sit down and study a little. If you can do that over the next 12 weeks, you don't need to do last minute breakdown or anything. And you will put yourself in the position to go into the exam hall and pass the examination. So that is the 5th thing. If there is anything that I want you to be mindful of, is this last minute strategy. Because the average student always waits for last minute. That's all. That's all. Almost every examination diet, you see intervention classes here and there, and people troop. Some of you go to intervention classes, you see people there. On the average, what is the value of that? I say this all the time. If you are somebody who have not been studying, it's a disaster for you to attend an intervention class. Because the purpose of intervention class, what are they going to do? They're going to do 6 hours, 12 hours? You think that the 12 hours will be able to cover the entire syllabus and prepare you to go to the exam hall and pass the examination? What are you smoking? It doesn't work like that. That 6 hours, those 12 hours are for people who have been studying already. So that session, it is just crystallization. It is not something new. It is not Paco, you are coming to learn new topics. Because some of you attend some of these intervention classes, and it is at that intervention class that you will learn that, hey, there is this topic in this subject. Oh, there is this thing in this subject. Hey, whoa. You start panicking, and you are setting yourself up to go and definitely fail the examination. But I don't want you to do any last minute showdown. Prepare yourself adequately every week, 3 to 4 times every week to do something on your own. If you can do that, I can guarantee you can pass the examination. That's something you must understand. If you can do that, you can pass the examination. So these are the things that I want to share with you. The third key thing that I want to share with you today: attend lectures, invest in study materials, prepare a study plan, allocate time and discipline yourself to follow the study plan very well, and then make sure that you don't put yourself in the position where you're going to do last minute showdown, because there is no benefit in doing any last minute thing. You have to put yourself in the position where you study every week, do something on your own, solve questions, expose yourself to a lot of questions. Then you can go into the exam hall, write the exam with confidence, and most importantly, pass the examination. So these are the preparatory things, mindsets, strategy, tips that you have to implement as we get into 1st August and put ourselves in the position to go past the examination. You can pass the exam in November 2025, in November 2026. As I said, on the average, on the overall ICAG examination, the pass rate is below 30%. So in November 2026, by extrapolation, 1,000 students will be sitting for the exam. If 1,000 students sit for the exam, 700 will fail the exam. 300 may pass the examination. That's it. That's the average. Why is that the case? Many people do not study. You read the chief examiner's report. Every day, the chief examiner keeps saying this. You read the chief examiner's report, students are not studying. Students are ill prepared for the exam. Students are not able to manage time well. Students write answers that are in contradiction to what the question has asked. So, digression. And all of these things happen because people are doing last shows. People are not studying. People are saying they are too busy to study. But if you want to pass the examination, I want you to study. I want you to be mentored. I want you to be assisted. I want you to put yourself in the position so you can go into the exam hall, write the exam with confidence, and most importantly, pass the examination. Any questions, any other questions for me, put it in the comment section or the chat for me. I think I'm informed that we are also live on TikTok. So for those of you who are live on TikTok with us, any questions, put them in the comment section or in the chat. If you're on YouTube, in the chat, on Facebook, in the chat as well for me. Any questions, something you want to take my brain on, something you want to take my thoughts on, put it in the comment section or the chat for me, and I'll be able to provide you with some answers as we continue with the discussion here. And so our registration is ongoing for the November 2026 examination, as I mentioned, and you can register to start studying now with our key summary videos. All right, that's going to really help you to complete the syllabus in record time. So you can register now to start studying. Our live lectures will be commencing on the 10th of August 2026. That is going to be the time we're going to be starting with our live lectures. But you can register now and start studying, putting yourself, because some people have already started studying, helping them to, set the tone up before our live lecture so that by the time live lecture starts, you have gone through a number of the things already. And now all that you are going to be doing is just, cruising around and crystallizing things and then making sure that you go into the exam hall and pass the examination in that case. Okay, so I'm seeing a comment coming up here. What's the thing? Nhyira, any discounts for us to do enrollment? I would have to check, but for a limited time, okay, I think we can have a discount available for you. So you can send us a message on WhatsApp 05011499296, 05011499296. Depending on the subject you are writing, you may be able to get up to 20% discount just for a limited time, especially for those of you on the live call. Just for a limited time, you'll be able to enroll and get up to 20% discount on your courses that you are enrolled in just for a limited time, because I'm told that is what we can do for those seeking discounts. Now, 20% discounts can help you to pay towards a manual. 20% discounts can help you to pay towards a practice question course. 20% discount can help you to pay towards a question kit from the ICAG. So it's something that is helpful. So if you are interested, please send us a message on WhatsApp 050-114-9296, 050-114-9296 for or to redeem the discount in respect of that. What else do I have? Let's see. Okay. Now, so let me touch on this quickly then before we move to the next. Let me touch on this quickly. Now, whatever subjects that you are writing, it's important you understand the syllabus structure of the subject that you are writing. And we are going to be starting the masterclass discussion of some of these things from tomorrow on the live stream. And because tomorrow we're going to be live as well around the same time, coming your way and then discussing some of the issues that you need to understand. So you have to know the syllabus structure of whatever subject that you are writing. Because there are some of you, and we've had this over and over again, right? Especially on our stream sessions where I'm teaching and I'm explaining something, and somebody's like, is this topic in this subject? Hey, I don't know when I'm going to write the exam. So make sure you get access to the syllabus for whatever subject that you are writing. Okay? The syllabus is available. You can download it on the ICAG website. And the goal is that you're going to be covering about 95% upward. Okay? Or upward of 95% of the syllabus. If you want to pass the examination, whatever it is in the syllabus, you must know about 95%. That's the goal. That is why I mentioned that you cannot wait a week to the exam. Okay, you cannot wait a week to the exam or 2 weeks to the exam. Paco, you are learning. It's now that you are coming to study. You will fail the exam. So you cannot wait 2 weeks to the exam before you go into the exam hall. And so in order to help you to achieve this upward of 95% syllabus coverage, which is going to guarantee your pass of the examination, because the people who pass the exam are people who are able to know 95% upward of the syllabus thoroughly. Covering with understanding the syllabus, understanding the key topics, exposing themselves to questions, working on speed and accuracy, and various other things. So 95% of the syllabus upward, very important. Then writing skills. You see, there are most of you who will have challenge in the exam hall and fail the exam because of writing. Because on the average, most of you are working in places where you hardly write because everything is digitized, right? But currently, as we are in level 2 and level 3, the examination is still paper-based. So if it is still a paper-based exam, you need to be able to write. I've had students who come and tell me that, Nhyira, I went to the exam, I got to the exam when I couldn't write quickly. I couldn't flow because, I wasn't comfortable. Then the following examination dates, they come, then they say that, Nhyira, the assignment you give us gives me the opportunity to be able to write and then practice that, and then going to the exam hall, that now helps me to pass the examination. And so as you are learning, because you are, sometimes you see, you were writing in school, but then for a long time now, you hardly write. Then you go into the exam hall where you are supposed to sit down 3 hours and write. Sometimes your brain has tuned out in your ability to be able to write with speed and accuracy. So in order to make sure you train yourself to move with speed and accuracy in the exam hall, you need to work on your writing skills. Some of you, the chief examiner has said this over and over again in various subjects. Some of you, your handwriting is very horrible, hard to read. So you are writing something, but the examiner cannot decipher. The people marking cannot make sense of what you are saying or what you are writing. And so as you are studying, one of the things you have to be working on is your writing skills. Okay? Work on that, your writing skills, how you write well. So that is why it is important that whatever you are studying, you have a notepad with you. Okay? It could be a book that you have, or you have an iPad, or you have an Android tablet, or whatever it is, but have something that will help you to write. So maybe you've read on IAS 16 property, plant, and equipment in the morning. Okay, in the evening before you go to bed, grab a notepad, grab your iPad, and try to write out the things you remember about the standards. Now, what you are doing there is challenging your brain to recollect what you have written. And then also, you are engaging various senses. Now that you are trying to write that out, that is going to come out much clearer. So, you are working on your handwriting, you are working on speed and accuracy, and you are training your brain to be optimal at the end of the day. So, these are some additional issues that I want you to be mindful of. Syllabus coverage, 95% upward. That is the goal. 95% upward. That is the goal. That is the syllabus coverage. 95% upward. Then you work on your writing skills. If you can do this in the next 12 weeks, you can put yourself in the position, go into the exam hall, write the exam with confidence, and most importantly, pass the examination. And that is what you need to understand. And that is what I want to share with you on the stream today as we commenced and open up our discussion and our preparation towards November 2026 ICAG examination. It's going to be an interesting journey. As I mentioned in the introduction, whatever your experience was in the July examination, maybe you passed all your papers, congratulations. Maybe you passed some and failed some, half congratulations. Maybe you didn't pass your papers, it's still okay. You need to sit down and analyze, what did I do wrong? Where was I having the challenges? Because I was speaking to some of the other students. I mean, somebody like this guy, this particular guy. Give me a sec. I want to see if I can remember. I can see the name here. Yeah, that one guy like that in Japan, right? Wrote 2 papers, advanced audit, advanced taxation. He got the audit, but he didn't get a taxation. So guess my response. What do you think was the challenge with the tax? And then his response was, I should have solved more past questions in addition. You get the idea? So you realize that, yeah, this was the problem. So auditing was good, but taxation was not good. But what was the challenge? So you are able to know, okay, what it's likely to be the contributing reason for you, for why you failed the exam at the end of the day, the contributing reason why you failed the exam. And so in that case, in November 2026, if you are going, you know the things that you're supposed to work on to help you to pass the examination at the end of the day. So if you didn't pass the exam, or you wrote 1, you passed 1, you failed 1, or you wrote 1, you didn't pass, you wrote 2, you failed all of them, sit down and ask yourself, where did I go wrong? And be honest with yourself, then work yourself out at the end of the day so you can put yourself in the position to go into the exam hall, write the exam with confidence, and pass the examination. All right, so that's it about that. And thanks very much for watching the video, joining us on the stream, for the comments, the like, the sharing some of you have been doing. Thank you very much for all of that. And as I said, our enrollment is ongoing to join our mentorship and join the Nhyira Premium community to study under my mentorship with a team here as we hold your hand, provide you with the blueprints that you need in order for you to go into the exam hall, write the exam with confidence, and pass the examination. We want to be part of your success story. We want to read your story like some of the stories that I read today. People qualifying, people passing the examination, people having to now enter their moment of glory after many times of trying and sitting for the paper, and finally they have passed. We want to be part of your story, and we want to make the journey interesting and much easier for you, and we want to walk the journey with you. So send us a message on WhatsApp, 050-114-9296. You can also visit our website, the first link in the description of this video. Just the first link, click on it, visit our website. Or you can download the Nhyira Premium mobile application on the App Store and the Google Play Store. Android, Apple, you can download the iPhone. You can download the application, the Nhyira Premium application, and complete your enrollment, get access. We have articles, we have some free videos in the applications as well that you can get access to help you to prepare to pass the examination. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you same time tomorrow as we continue with our discussion and open ourselves up to prepare for the examination and pass the examination. Take care of yourself, and I'll catch you on the next one.